Realer than most podcasts. With Corey Thomas. Just here to motivate and give you the real.
Pain. Let's talk about pain. Because a lot of us feel different about pain. Some of us run from pain. Some of us shy away from pain. We all experience pain at one time or another. But I got news for you. If you can feel pain, then you're still in the game. If you can feel pain, then you're still alive. So pain is actually just confirmation that you're still here. So the next time you feel or experience pain, I want you to just say to yourself, oh, that just confirms it. I'm still here. I'm still here. You're not going anywhere. You are still here. Pain. It's beautiful. Pain, something we all feel is universal. No one can escape pain. We all have experienced some pain at one time or another. And it's different types of pain. It's physical pain, emotional pain, mental pain. And I think that's the worst type of pain, mental pain, the pain that no one can see, because it's hard to heal something that you can't see. When it's a wound, a doctor can bandage it, can give you surgery, can sew you back together. But when it's in your mind, it's a lot harder to deal with. But it can be dealt with by you and your actions on a day-to-day basis. You want to remain positive. You want to stay focused. You want to have a relationship with the Lord. Anybody asks me how to beat pain, I'm going to say God. God will help you beat pain because he can do things we can't do. God would even inflict more pain than we ever could. So when somebody try us or anything, we might as well just let it go. Let it go, because I know you want to beat this person up. You want to curse them out. You want to do this. You want to do that. But it's no need. You know why? And what I've come up with is I can't punish anyone better than the Lord can. So you know what? I just let people have it. You know what? You can have it. I can't do what he can do. I can't do what he can do. You can go ahead and have it. Another thing, man. I heard the word provoked, and it had some wheels going in my head. Provoked. A lot of times in my life, I've been provoked to do stuff. I've been provoked, and it's not a happy type of provoked. It was an uncomfortable provoke that I needed. Like I've been at a job that I felt like I was better than, but I continued to go there day in and day out. And it got to the point where the job just was changing and implementing rules that I didn't like. So me personally, I felt like that was provoking me to do something else, to go to another level, to get higher, more experience, more knowledge, just a more positive attitude. Just it brought stuff out of me. Had everything been peaches and cream, I wouldn't have in my arsenal today. So provoked. A lot of times we have to be provoked. It takes people to provoke us. It takes situations to provoke us. And that's why I tell people to get active. Get active. Do something. Get involved. Because you never know what's going to provoke you. That's the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing about being provoked. You never know what's going to provoke you. A lot of people, when I say the word provoked, a lot of people always think about violence and, oh, he kept poking the bear and he kept poking the bear until the bear just bit him. Yeah, but it's like that with life as well. I want you to think about your life right now. And then I want you to think about what's provoking you right now. What in your life just keeps poking you and poking you and poking you to the point where I know you're tired of it. We all have that thing that we're tired of. I don't care what type of life we're living. I don't care if we're rich, poor, broke, or indifferent. Like, we all have that thing that's provoking us to do something. It's provoking us to leave. It's provoking us to scream. It's provoking us to learn, to further our education. Provoked. What's provoking you? It's my question to you. What is provoking you? Consumption. Consumption. I have another question for you guys. Consumption. Think about what you do. Think about what you read. Think about what you eat. Think about what you drink. Consumption. What are you putting into your head? What are you putting into your body? And now on the flip side, I want you to think, are you consuming it or is it consuming you? You can be consumed. You think you're consuming something, but it's consuming you. And I've been guilty of it. I've been guilty of it. My wife will tell me all the time, oh, you doing this and that? And I tell her, yeah, I'm doing it. And she's so funny. She'll be telling me, no, that's doing you. That's doing you. And it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense because sometimes we don't realize those type of things. We have no idea about those type of things. But less. I can remember and I can revert to growing up. I wasn't poor, but in some instances we had less. And us having less taught me more. So in essence, less is more sometimes. Having less will teach you more. Having less will make you get creative. Having less will provoke you to overcome your situation. Having less, it's not always a bad thing. Because every person I know that has less is hungry. Every person I know that has less wants more. But the people I know that have something, I don't want to say enough because depending on who you are, enough can be a lot of different things. But the people I know who have something, they're kind of stagnant. Like they're there, like they've reached it, and they haven't. You can always best your best. Yeah, there is no Mount Rushmore of life, in my opinion. I don't believe so. There's no stage in life you can get to where you can say, I've made it. I don't have the need to grow anymore. We're always growing. We're always growing. We're always learning. If there is a such thing as that, I haven't experienced it yet. And then it's just putting people down, people putting you down. People who are afraid to shoot will always complain about the shots you take. You scared to take a shot, but you mad at me for taking all the shots. So what? That don't make sense. Take your shot. Stop harping on me for shooting my shot. How I got the ball. You know how I got the ball? You passed it to me. So you had a shot, but you passed your shot up. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to shoot mine. I'm not passing mine. I'm going to shoot mine. But you're mad after the game because you ain't in the scoring column. But when your chance to score arose, you shot away. Take your shot. Take your shot and stop complaining about people who are shooting. People who are shooting are moving. People who are shooting aren't holding their heads about the shot that they missed. Because they know in order to get in the scoring column, they got to take a shot and they got to score. So why I'm going to complain about that shot I missed? There's no need. It's no need. And it shows me something about somebody who can keep shooting despite the missed opportunities. Like, it says something about your character. Keep shooting. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. As long as you can breathe, as long as you can get up, you can shoot. Keep shooting. Keep shooting. Sometimes, though, we have to know when to tell ourselves no. No. Discipline. And I don't know about anybody else, but I know sometimes I'm so stubborn and I'm so just full of I'm so full of life and so stuck on succeeding that once I'm geared, I'm like a robot. I can't be turned off. Like, you could tell me, Corey, that's not gonna work, but I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna do it. My wife says I'm hard-headed, and sometimes I think, you know what, she right. But then sometimes I also think and feel like I don't know if it's gonna work until I try it. Because there's plenty of successful people that were told no, but they continued to do that thing people were telling them no about, and eventually blew up. So I'm waiting for my day to blow up. I'm waiting for my day. I'm ready for it. I want you to be ready for yours, because you're putting that type of work in. You're putting that type of work in. Strength. You got to be strong. You got to be strong. And I'm talking about strong in the sense of we're all brought up in our own way by our parents. Every parent has a different way of parenting. And along the way, we're taught values. We're taught just the way of the world from our parents' set of eyes, the way they view things. That's what we're taught. And that's drilled into us. It's drilled into us and drilled into us and drilled into us. So to go against that, it would take a different type of strength. It would take a different type of strength. And that's what I'm asking you to do. You're not a kid anymore. You're grown. What were you taught when you were younger from an earlier generation that you don't agree with? Now, what decision are you going to make to set that right? You were taught this thing earlier by an earlier generation, and you know it's not right because you've grown. You've expanded your knowledge on this situation. So it's time for you to, I don't want to say forget the thoughts that were forget the thoughts or the teaching that was taught to you, but it's time for you to break the chain and come up with new thoughts. Come up with new strategies, because that way isn't working. That way isn't working. Environment. What environment are you in? Are you in a positive environment? Are you in a negative environment? Who are you around? Who are you hanging around? Who? Think about it. Who are you around? People say you're going to be who you hang around. So with that being said, who do you hang around? What do y'all talk about? Are y'all on social media all day talking about shoes and clothes and looks, and or are y'all talking about prosperity and investing and being abundant? What's going on? It can go either way. What's going on in your life? Your environment. How is your environment? Is it a chaotic environment? You can a lot of times choose your environment, and that's what a lot of us do. We choose the environments that we operate in, operate out of. I want to be in a clean environment. I want to be in a positive environment. I want to be around positive energy. I don't want to have to defend myself every day because I'm around people who I make feel inadequate. That's just letting you know that you're not in the right environment. Somebody always coming for you. Stay away from that person. Because somebody who has a light and knows how to make their light shine, they already know that it's no need for me to try to dim yours. I'm not going to dim your light so that I can shine. My light ain't going to shine no more, me dimming your light. If anything, it's going to make me feel bad. Because what profit a man and sell his soul? I mean, it's pitiful, you ask me, and it's sad that there's people out there who believe by me downing you or me outing you it's going to make my life better. It's not. It's not. Weigh the cost, guys. Weigh the cost. And I know there's a lot of people out there going against that. They'll say, well, don't think about what it's going to cost you. Don't think about. I urge you to do the opposite. Weigh the cost. I want you to weigh the cost. You know why? Because when you weigh the cost, you know what you're signing up for. You know what it comes with. You know it came with late nights. You know it came with you being away from your family for 2 and 3 weeks at a time. You knew this, but yet you chose to do it. But if you don't weigh the cost and you just jump in head first, now you're in situations where you're saying, oh, I didn't know. Oh, I didn't know. And I don't want you in those situations. I don't want to be in those situations. That's why you need to weigh the cost. When you weigh the cost and think about your options and think about your courses of actions that need to be taken, if at the end of that you come up with, yes, I'm going to still do it, you really want to do that. That's something that you really want to do. That's why I say weigh the cost. Weigh the cost. You have the final say so. You have the final say so. In your life, you have the final say so. So you say what goes on when and what goes on where. You have the final say so. So let's stop feeling bad. Let's stop feeling bad for those people who coming up to you and telling you, oh, you don't listen to me. You don't listen to me. No, I do listen to you. And I've heard everything you've said. Everything you've said, I've heard it. But just because I'm not doing exactly what you said, you feel I'm not listening. What you don't realize is I have the final say so. So it's my life, you know. I understand that you're telling me this out of love and support, but it's my life. A lot of times we don't realize that. We think people aren't listening to us because they're not doing what we want them to do. But what we don't realize is we have our life and they have their life. Next time somebody telling you that you're not listening to me, tell them I hear you. I have the final say so in my life. And no one can be angry with that because it's the truth. It's the truth. Lastly, guys, you don't need anyone. I've come to find out that in relationships, when one party or the next feel like they're needed, those relationships don't end well. Those don't end well. When you feel like I need you. She think I need her. No, I don't need you. I don't need you at all. Needs is something that I need for survival. Most people have wants. Like if you come to me and ask me, oh, how do you feel about, I'll use my wife for instance. How do you feel about your wife? I'm not going to respond by saying I need her. No, I'm not. Now I want her. I enjoy her company. That's what that's about. I'm not with her because I need her. And that's vice versa. She's not with me because she needs me. She's an independent, strong black woman. And that's what made me fall in love with her in the first place. Let's not be with somebody out of need, because that's not going to go anywhere. Because if you're with them out of need, what's going to happen when they don't need you anymore? What's going to happen? Tell me. Where they going to go? Where they going to go? Now you just out of luck. Oh, she needed me and then she didn't. So don't be needy, guys. Don't be needy. Don't need anything. You are enough. You're enough by yourself. Don't be needy. You don't need anything or anyone. You don't need it. God brought you into this world with everything you need. But there's nothing wrong with enjoying someone's company. We have to understand the difference. This is Corey Thomas, y'all, with Realer Than Most.
Realer Than Most podcast with Corey Thomas. 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 With Corey Thomas.